how many of you all, right off the bat, and just answer information in the chat, 1 for yes, 2 for no, how many of you all feel absolutely comfortable with networking, period? 1 for yes, 2 for no. How many of you feel comfortable networking? Just put that in the chat. Okay. So look at this. A large majority of you all are uncomfortable with networking. And I want you to know that that's not an abnormal thing. Most people who even network are uncomfortable with networking. We don't do it. People don't do it because they're comfortable at it. They do it because they see that it's a requirement or it's a necessity for them to build the environment that they need to build in order to be successful. So now let me give you some statistics. Everybody knows that it's important to be able to write your goals down. I'm sure you've heard that somewhere in your professional life. At some point in your time, you have to write your goals down in order to achieve things, right? Super important. Studies again show people who write their goals down are 6 times more successful than those that don't, right? That's a huge number, right, of people who are available and find themselves being able to take advantage of the things that are around them by just writing your goals down, right? Your goals down helps you stay focused. It helps you to make sure that you are also engaged and are talking appropriately to people that you're supposed to be talking to, so you can articulate where you're going and what you're trying to do. It's super important. It indicates that you have some idea of what you want and who you are and where you're going. Just writing your goals down, being able to do that and articulate them and share them with the people that you need to share them with in order to create a lot of energy, right? That makes sense for everybody, right? So super important. But actually, the next most important thing we found out is people who write their goals down and who have established a wonderful network are 9 times more successful than people who don't write their goals down. So, and now I'm talking about just successful, they're happy, because it's important to achieve things. I get it. But it's also important to be satisfied. It's also important to have a sense of belonging. It's also important to feel like what you're doing is meaningful, it's relevant, it's significant. Everybody wants to have their MRS degree, I call it, meaningful, relevant, and significant. Everybody wants that. Everybody wants to do stuff and be engaged and be a part of something special. There's nobody who doesn't. Nobody wants to be ignored. Nobody wants to be irrelevant. Nobody wants to do things in life where they're not considered valuable. Okay, so we've now established that networking is a super important thing. Statistically, we all know the numbers, we know the research, it's all there. I didn't make any of this stuff up, it is what it is. Now, if you know anything about me, and those of you who've seen me present before, you gotta know I'm an introvert. I don't enjoy working with people, talking to people, being out in front of people, leading people. That's not my thing. I'd rather sit back and relax and get to know everything and understand everything before I jump in with my idea. So when I jump in with an idea, it's pretty much a really good one, because I've already done the research, I've already done my homework, I've already done the things I need to do. And I'm going to suggest to you that that's exactly what you need to do, whether you're an introvert or an extrovert, before you begin the process of putting together your networking strategy. Now, I showed you an illustration that's in the chat, and if you guys didn't get it, I'm going to put it in there one more time. And I'm not expecting you to keep it up in front of you or anything like that, but take a look at it when you get a chance. This illustration is an illustration of the entire process that I teach my friends and associates and members of the roundtable. And I see my friend Ron Moore is here as a member of the roundtable. I really appreciate you, Ron. Thank you so very much for coming out. We probably met at 40 plus before you even joined the roundtable, which is good to see. It's good to see you out there, Ron. But it's super important that you have to have a plan. You can't just go networking and go, oh, I'm going to show up to an event and see what happens. I'm going to shoot from the hip, and I'm good with people, and so I'm just going to go out and do that. This is a really bad idea. I suggest that you have a strategy, because the strategy that you have is going to get you from one place, the place where you are now, to the place where you want to be. And where you want to be, for those of you all who don't know where you want to be, where you want to be is a place where you have significant amounts of people in specific industries or specific associations who know, like, and trust you so much that they would endorse you, that they would speak up for you, that they would look out for you. They would find ways to support you, whether that's financially or some other kind of way. Networking is not it's not a transaction. It's not something you do to get a job. It's something you do to make your career. And so from whatever, if you're in transition from one career to the other career, you need a new network. The network that you had in the past got you to where you are right now. But the network that you're going to need to have for your future is a whole different group of people that have a whole different set of skills and a whole different abilities and talent. I call people, I'll tell you all the time, people only need to have 4 things for you. They need to have time, talent, treasure, and trust. And so with these 4 assets, right, they can make anything happen. You can make anything happen. There is no limit to your potential if you have people around you that are in your inner circle that have time, talent, treasure, and trust. If you can figure out how to get those things happening, then you can do amazing things.